Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into some new news about Jungkook's new tattoo and why some armies are concerned on this tattoo. I definitely want to talk about it. It's a very interesting topic, and this is the first time that we get to see that tattoo very clearly. We also want to get into Jimin's drunk leak messages that have resurfaced. I think they are hilarious. I'm excited to check these out. So grab your dumpling tea spilling mug merch and let's get into the tea. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, I'd like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now let's jump into it. So let's talk about this tattoo. Let me give some backstory on this because this one goes a little bit back. Back when they were starting to film in the soup, this was like in May or something, I'm not sure, but we were able to see footage of Jungkook on the ground doing something. We saw a very blurry tattoo on his arm. Everything else was pretty much unrecognizable, but you could see a very noticeable red and it looks like an eye. Everyone assumed it was an eye and they were wondering what type of eye, and it was a whole thing. Don't you love it when it's a whole thing? But it was just a theory. As usual, we can't assume anything unless it's actually seen. And I think In the Soup was a daytime broadcast, so they couldn't show any tattoos or anything like that. Then fast forward to Bang Bang Con. There was a scene of him behind the scenes where his sleeve was up to his elbow and you could see half of an eye. That definitely confirmed that he had an eye there, and it wasn't just a speculation of an eye. I always find it so weird because I feel like I've seen the whole forearm, or up to the elbow at least, and there always seems to be more stuff that comes out from his elbow. How long is his elbow? He just gives us more and more elbow. How does he not run out of arm? I'm not complaining. I wish he could get more arms so he could add more tattoos. But I always feel like I know less and less on what's actually on his arm. Recently, behind the scenes on the On music video footage, it appears Big Hit was finally ready to show us more of his tattoos. They weren't just quick flashes or blurred out images. The video is showing actual close-up, clear quality tattoos where you can actually read the words and interpret what it means. Now, even though in Bang Bang Con you saw the eye, we only saw half. But in the newer episode of Run BTS, I believe it's episode 125, Jungkook was receiving cooking lessons, which apparently he's a really good cook already, so he doesn't really need the lessons. But a very fun thing that celebrities do on variety shows is learning how to cook. BTS doesn't really do variety shows, so they do it on their own show. But anywho, Jungkook pulled up his sleeve, his slave if you're fancy, and he pushed it up way more than he's ever really shown. And you saw his eye tattoo, and it's very clear. It's not blurry, you can't be like it might be something else. No, that's a red eye. And it's so realistic. It's like staring us in the soul. This was such a huge topic and ended up trending on the United States. It might have ended up trending bigger, I am not sure, but as we were talking about this, it definitely did trend in the United States with over 10,000 people talking about it. I'm amazed there were no Illuminati comments about that eye within the trend. Remember back then when a celebrity would show an eye and then everyone's like, Illuminati? Glad that's over. But of course, tattoos aren't just always pictures that you put on your body. You have to really love the picture, in which case, most of the time, the picture probably means something to you. Each tattoo that Jungkook has seemingly does mean something. So armies went in and tried to figure out what possibly could a red eye mean. And there were some theories online. If you Google red eye, you got this: slang designating a late night or all night commercial airline flight. Origin of red eye from one bloodshot eyes of someone who has not slept. Slang such as flight MLA style. This is definitely a great tattoo for him because I feel like it definitely represents him well. I can definitely imagine how tired he must feel from working literally all the time. But us armies, we always tell him it's important to go and take breaks and enjoy life. I hope he honestly does go and do that. I was reading what people were saying on the Tweetster and people interpreting the eye and saying this: the red eye symbolizes exhaustion when you can't get enough sleep, whereas the eye tattoo itself stands for revelation. It is the window to the soul. The eye is also turned upside down, so it may have a deeper meaning. I really hope he doesn't feel so exhausted. And if he does, I hope he does take time for his health and doesn't push himself too much. It is concerning if this is genuinely something he lives with, which is why he put it on his arm. It's definitely interesting to see why he tattooed it upside down, as it could mean the opposite of that. Overall, there were some concerns over this, but Jungkook, at least from the outside, doesn't look so tired, even when he has no makeup on. He looks well rested, and I hope at this point he knows that he doesn't have to continuously push himself. He can just continue to make good music and only do shows when he wants to. Like, they're so past the point in their career where they have to say yes to every opportunity. In the beginning, you have to, because you never know what opportunities are going to help you. But as big as they are, no one doesn't not know who they are. Is that correct? Everyone knows who they are. So they don't really need the opportunities to get bigger. They're there. They just have to maintain that by creating good music, which is what they know how to do best. Please take it easy, Jungkook. Also, can you move your sleeve higher so we can see more? Like, imagine me over here, going my whole life not knowing what tattoo my husband has. It's so stressful. I can't even. I refuse to even. I am so happy to have woken to this news. It's very cool. I was definitely very curious about this when I first saw it, and I had hoped that suddenly we would get a clear view one day. I honestly didn't think it would have been that clear of a view. But Big Hit is blessing us lately with these tattoos. I love it. I love it when our boys feel comfortable enough to show us different sides of them. Like tattoos, but also their personality. When they get a little saucy, a little drunk. Jimin was someone who was a little drunk a while ago, and this story came back to haunt us. Sort of, it's funny. I think we can all agree that Jimin is one of the most adorable human beings on this planet. And apparently at this time there was something called a fan cafe. I don't know if this still exists anymore. I think it might, but only for paid memberships. But I think BTS mostly uses Weverse now for their fan interactions. And this is where most of their cute moments come out of. But apparently Jimin was drunk one night. And he decided to post on how he misses ARMY so much. He ended up writing a bunch of things with a lot of spelling errors, saying how he really misses yo. Or it's a night where I miss yo. Surprise, my name is Yo. And it's really funny to me because I didn't know you could misspell words in Korean. Like I would imagine if you wrote it wrong, the computer wouldn't recognize it as a character and it would just not go through. But apparently you can make these spelling errors, which was so funny how he was able to do so many. And then he even had other sentences which made no sense, like this. I honestly don't even know what that means. It says miss right there in the middle. I know that word, that's about it. Funny enough, he kept going and he wrote about 16 messages. Now we don't know for sure if he was drunk, but he appears to be, right? He could have just been trolling us. But then the next morning he decided to log back into the fan cafe. And I probably would have gone ahead and deleted those drunk messages. I don't know if he did, but he decided to pretend like nothing happened. He just decided to write haha with a question mark. And then good afternoon. I wonder if he had just woken up. I know our boys like to sleep late and wake up in the afternoon. Honestly, I would have never guessed. That is so relatable. Because I always assume people who are so successful like to wake up early. But our boys are pretty late sleepers, especially when they have the chance to relax and have fun. So that's nice. But I definitely wanted to see what some people were saying over in our Tweetster. One person wrote, if Jimin said it didn't happen, then it didn't happen. Right, what baby says is what baby says. What drunk post? I have never heard of this. What is drunk? What is spelling errors? Jimin is just creative and made his own language, where he is talking about building spaceships to Mars. I will stand by my baby and his new amazing language. Another person on the Tweetster said, I can't with this man, he's so silly. Jimin is so silly. I love that he probably woke up and was like, oh my god, did I post something? And he's like, let me see the damage. So he goes on his phone and sees all the weird messages he wrote, and he was like, oh, that's fine. Those are normal things that people say all the time. And then was like, hey, how y'all doing? This is me when I used to break things in my parents' room. I'd be like, nope, couldn't have been me. I was too busy doing nothing. I don't even, what is breaking things? It's the you blaming me for things for me. Honestly, I hope Jimin does this more on Weverse. Maybe he posts some saucy pictures. Maybe he writes some spoilers for the new album. I don't know, that'd be awesome. Maybe he give us a voice note of the new song. Oh, the possibilities are endless. I can't wait for the new album, and it looks like I might be right. It might be coming up in February, so look forward to that. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check stuff out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is because it gets copyrighted or taken down, so I do keep it over there. You can get reaction videos like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you would like to see over there. Link is in the top of the description down below. Also, anything you contribute over there gives back to this channel. I have a video over there explaining that. That's free to watch. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those. I'll see you over there. Bye.